when Connors comes out to do your heat treatment, if you have a sprinkler system installed into the structure, we're actually going to put sprinkler head covers on it, and this is going to reduce the chance of the heat getting up near the sprinkler head. Most sprinkler heads are fine at 150 degrees, but just in case, we want to install all options to make sure we're safe and protected on the sprinkler heads. We recommend them actually being shut off during the heat treatment just for safety reasons. Also, we'll put a cold pack in there to keep it cool, and also a wireless temperature monitor to make sure those temperatures never get above 115 degrees. Most sprinkler head covers are about 150 degrees and they can withstand the heat, but just in case, we do that just to protect the system. Also, when we're going around and preparing the rooms, you're going to see us sealing up any avenue of cold air getting in, because we want this heat to actually get up to 120, 140 degrees and then maintain it at a minimum of 3 hours and above, okay? As long as rotating the furniture and so forth. Okay, as we enter the room, there's a couple things to pay attention to, and we're going to walk over towards the heaters and look at the thermostat. Again, safety is our biggest concern, so we make sure that those thermostats are set at 135 degrees. That means when the heaters reach 135 degrees, the heater element actually idles off and the fans just move the air, because airflow penetration is what we're looking for to actually maximize our treatment effectiveness. We're going to walk in here and actually feel and look at the air movement of things moving around, because that is what you want to look for in a good heat treatment. As we enter the structure, we can start to see things move around. During the heat treatment, depending on the type of construction, we're going to go in at intervals of 30 minutes to an hour and actually rotate this furniture to make sure it actually is heating properly, okay, and to the best form of treatment. We may move fans around to get the optimal air movement and penetration. We also will check the walls to make sure that those temperatures are reading at what we need them to do. Here's 130 degrees at mid wall, but up here, the temperature could be a little bit different. Right now, it's at 132 degrees. The hard to reach areas, we will go ahead and double check them. Right now, they're reading at 130 degrees, which is what we want during the heat treatment. As we move over here and we look at these heaters, you see it's set at 135 degrees, 135 degrees. That means this heating element is now cut off and the fan is just moving air. And that is to make sure that we can stay in those temperatures between 120 and 140 degrees. There is no reason to go any hotter, because with those temperatures and holding them for the time you're holding them, it will eventually penetrate all the cushions and the temperatures we need. Right now, those couch cushions are showing 140. So that's perfect for what we need to do in order to penetrate through this tough furniture. When we look at beds and mattresses and box springs, which are very hard to do with bed bugs, we want to make sure those temperatures are then moving as well into the right categories. And as you can see right now, they're showing 141 degrees. That's what we want to look for. We want to look for in all the tough areas, in all the cracks and crevices, that they're above those temperatures. Again, with this and our wireless sensors, we can make sure that the temperatures are good. Now, metal bed frames actually conduct the heat, and if you can feel that, it'd be very, very warm. Right now, they're showing 139 degrees. This bed frame is also very hollow. Bed bugs like to hide in the hollow cavities. If they're in those hollow cavities, now they are being eliminated because it's very, very hot inside there. Right now showing 132 degrees. When we come through to rotate the furniture, we're going to be hanging up anything loose items, sheets and so forth, so that air is actually moving through them, eliminating the bed bugs. There's a lot of equipment, and it takes a lot of manpower to move these furnitures and these bed frames and get them up to the temperatures that we need. The furniture, as you can see back here, these out the way, are actually harder. And that's why we're placing those fans penetrate that hardwood would access an insulator with the heat, so it does take a little bit more time. But with the right temperature guides and the wireless temperature monitors out there, we can make sure that those temperatures up to the maximum levels we want it to be to eliminate your bed bugs. Okay, now we're going to show you what's really important is the documentation that goes behind all this. We have a machine here that actually uses wireless temperature monitors and actually records everything digitally and by print. We also check things by hand and document by hand. What we're trying to do is eliminate these bed bugs, and by doing that, remember 118 degrees is our threshold that we want to get above, so we maintain it between 120 and 140 degrees at minimum 3 hours and above. Here we're going to see this is our computer and our trained certified technician that is going to go out and actually monitor this situation now that we have our heat on, our fans are moving, and our room is prepped. We have a certain amount of these sensors throughout the room in difficult areas. We have diagrams showing exactly where we're working, and we're able to handle the larger complexes, so we're able to monitor one room versus another. And here's our computer screen that he's actually reading. It is also electronically downloaded into a thumb drive, which is actually uploaded into our computer. We also have a printout. We're taking a 30-minute readout on a printout, as well as minute by minute on the screen as well. Here we're checking each sensors and showing different ways that we actually monitor these temperatures. Here at Connors, we're discussing about a heat treatment and what it takes to actually perform a heat treatment. Here behind me is a box truck loaded with some of our equipment. Of course, it takes a lot of equipment out there to actually perform this heat treatment. We actually have heaters, we actually have power cables and distribution cables, and obviously extension cords, and you can see the fans. We're capable of putting up walls in big areas to subdivide different areas to make sure that we can perform a heat treatment in smaller areas to larger areas. We're able to perform it in big facilities such as hospitals, military bases, and actually homes as well. These heaters are 480 volts. They take a lot of power. Behind us is a generator. This is where we have to provide our power because of the voltage that it takes to power these heaters. We have a 150 kW generator. Again, if we're doing a large amount of space, we actually have to have more heaters, which require more power. This is one of our bigger generators right here. As you can see, we have power here, power here from our generator.